But if he isn't going to listen to anyone, as he's saying, this is what can happen when you do that. Brett Tolman, is Steve Bannon getting what is finally coming to him for a long time?
Look, Dan, I've been vocal about this dynamic before, and it's one that's actually pretty aggravating. You have the Congress who is given authority to issue subpoenas, but it's up to the DOJ. And frequently what we see, all too frequently, we see if the Congress is controlled by one party and DOJ controlled by the other, then you have a refusal by DOJ to enforce it. That happens often. And now there's anecdotal cases, I know, but I've seen it for 20 plus years. I'd rather see a rule that says, hey, if you're not going to comply with a subpoena, you're going to get a referral and DOJ is going to come after you. If it's a lawful subpoena, you need to comply with it. Unless you're going to take the fifth and they're going to let you off the hook or something like that. But that's the problem I have, is over the history of time, there's an inconsistency. Holder was held in contempt and was issued a subpoena. Hunter Biden have flouted 2 subpoenas. Various people on both sides of the aisle have been playing games with it because they're betting on the fact that DOJ may not come after them. And I'd like to see this loophole fixed.
But the standard, it seems, Mick, and you can talk to us from the congressional perspective here, the standard, it seems, and Brett's right, that it's sort of squishy, right, as to exactly what the standard is. But it's effectively, if you're going to completely spit in our faces, if you're going to completely ignore the subpoena and treat it as if it's illegitimate, and you're not going to even make borderline serious legal, I mean, you know, presidential immunity. He wasn't even in the White House at the time, Steve Bannon. I mean, you know, the notion that that's somehow covered by presidential immunity is obviously, it's like saying there's spousal immunity.
Yeah, if you're looking for some consistency here, it's that Scavino and Meadows sort of participated and Bannon and Navarro did not. You know, I can't believe that I'm here defending the anarchist Steve Bannon, but let me defend him for a second, which is that the real thing that sticks in my craw is that he's now going to serve a jail term while he has an appeal pending. It's unlikely that his appeal is going to be heard in the next 4 months, which means he's going to go to jail for 4 months, which is his term, and then he's going to get out and have his appeal heard. And there's a chance he wins his appeal, and that appeal will essentially say you shouldn't have gone to jail in the first place, but he's already gone, and that's probably not fair. In fact, that's not fair.
But the standard is whether there's a legitimate chance he's going to win. And the bottom line is now of the appeals court judges, 5 or 6 of the 11 have now weighed in on Navarro or Bannon. Yeah. It's clear that, this Trump-appointed judge basically is saying there is no real chance of success on the appeal.
And if he loses, that's fine. Look, once Navarro went to jail, it was expected that Bannon had to go. Why is that? Because Navarro was closer to the president than Bannon was. Keep in mind, at this time, Bannon was gone. He was outside the White House. Navarro was still in. Okay? They both essentially did the same thing. They thumbed their noses at the subpoena from the January 6th Commission, and the court put Navarro in jail. Agree or disagree with that? I happen to disagree with it because I've been inside the White House. But and again, I can't believe I'm defending Peter Navarro, who, don't get me started. But once Navarro goes, then Bannon sort of has to go because he's further outside of the orbit of the White House than Peter Navarro is.
Yeah. Brett, final thought. I got 15 seconds. Did you have a final thought on that, or?
Well, there's a plaque in the halls of justice that reads that the hallmark of fairness in the administration of justice is consistency. Yep. I think that's what the American people want.
I totally agree.
We just want to see consistency.
All right, but the one thing they get on this show is we have a lot of different perspectives. We have civil conversations. I know it seems like impossible, but here it is. Brett Tolman, Mick Mulvaney, terrific guest.
You put me in a position to have to defend both Peter Navarro and Steve Bannon. I can't believe you did that to me.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Well, thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.